I'm Ryan Betson.
I'm Josh Saunders.
I'm Dylan Boyd.
We're the PopCulturists, and this is our review discussion of Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. Damn, that's a long game.
Question 1. Who is Tom Clancy?
He's a writer. He wrote a bunch of books, spy books.
Oh, okay.
And that's sort of what, and then those spy books became...
Like Splinter Cell and all that?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I just wondered. Because not a lot of games have pronouns anymore.
That's true. Most of them just like game.
Yeah.
And then like the ... and then like a little subheading. So game, subheading. This is the latest. This is the latest game from Ubisoft, and it's very similar in the same vein of The Division in terms of it's a group multiplayer experience.
Division in the jungle.
It is. It's Division in the wild, and the main gist of it is you and 3 other friends are what are referred to as ghosts. You are this select task force that are sent to Bolivia to take out the Santa Blanca cartel.
There's another major gaming franchises that had players ghosts.
Yeah, I don't remember which one it was.
Like a year and a half
Battlefield,
ago.
maybe?
Yeah.
Short answer is, but yeah, so that they've picked you because you are the silent operatives. You go in there, you take out these dudes, you need to take out these dudes bit by bit. You need to bring down the infrastructure in order to take on the Santa Blanca drug cartel.
But why?
Because they they've converted Bolivia into this narco state. It's a state that's purely run by the Santa Blanca cartel, and their entire purpose as now a country, apparently, is to push cocaine.
Isn't that exactly what Bolivia is now? That's not a joke.
Allegedly.
Sorry, Bolivia.
Yeah, Bolivia are really bad about Wildlands, actually.
Yeah, they were.
Like, the government released a press statement. I'm like, yeah, bigger things to worry about.
The government's like going for France for betraying Bolivia.
Can we get to this ghost to come to us, please?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
But
you know, like Bolivia's like super pissed that the game has made the country out to be this big high trafficking drug area.
Well, I remember,
and it is actually the highest trafficking drug area.
There was a big uproar
It's very corrupt.
when they had that Forza game, and it was set in Australia, and it's a beautiful place and great roads to drive on. We got pretty upset about that, as accurate as it was.
Yeah, because Bondi Beach was literally 20 minutes from
Great Ocean
the
Road.
Great Ocean Road.
I
So
drove it in real
I'd
life.
love if that was true.
that'd be amazing.
Even though the beach sucks.
I hate the beach.
You hate sand.
But this has tons of sand because it's a big open desert. So yeah, so you essentially play as 4 people and you go around, you do a bunch of missions, get a bunch of intel in order to take out different departments like shipment and marketing, public relations,
Women's wear, menswear,
yeah, menswear. Like no, they have
haberdashery.
they have a series of heads you take out, and that's pretty much. And then eventually you take on the big bad.
So you take out the little guys to get to the next guys, to get to the next guys, to get to the big guy.
Pretty much.
Okay. Is that the story? Is that the gist of it?
The gist of the story, and to put it the simplest, yes.
Because I played it with you multiplayer.
Yes.
And at no point did I have any clue what I was doing.
Oh, I had no idea. So when we were playing...
Did I miss the tutorial, or does it just not give you...
There is a bit of a boost at the start that gives you a bit of a rundown of everything that you need to know, and you do have to actively play some of the videos.
It didn't even tell me what buttons to push to do what. Or I missed it because I'm a fool.
I think you missed it when you were piss farting around at the start.
Probably.
But the actual story itself, I didn't really click onto until I jumped in myself, playing with like the AI characters, because I was the same. Because as we talked about at length many times, we are getting at an age where multiplayer games aren't as fun as I thought they were. So I thought this game might be the difference, but I gave me the same feeling. I'm like, I don't want to play with other people. I want to play this by myself. The AI is okay. I feel more rewarding playing myself because I'm controlling these group of 4 people, right? So myself and 3 other dudes. Like I can tell them who to take out. I can tell them to hang back while I stealthily wander in, and then I tell them to call in and do an assault. So as I'm sneaking my way in, they do a flank over here, and I'm doing the objective.
I think the biggest, I guess, off-putting thing for me was, you know how Ubisoft for these kind of games do the mocked trailers, like the mocked gameplay, where
This is from the Ubisoft E3.
Yeah, they've got like scripted things and scripted things people say. You know, I'll
Tango down,
tango down, or 3 tangos on the left. Can you take it out? Pff, good shot, man. Thank you. Like it just doesn't play like that. It's so incredibly cheesy.
So Dylan, as you can imagine, ours didn't go that way.
No,
it was very much. Josh, why are you driving down the hill?
No,
Turn around. You flipped the car. It's now on fire.
I explained that. Why are you driving down the hill? Well, Ryan, the fastest point from A to B is a straight line.
and you just went whoa, up hills, flipped them.
But it sounds like communication is key in this game.
And at all times I communicated what I was doing.
Which makes sense why when they marketed this, they were like, hey, because like, that's how, when I saw it, I'm like, this could be fun if you're all working together.
If you're all military trained, real life people,
Yeah.
you knew the lingo
And no proper terms.
had been on missions together and can trust each other.
Like, but if you're working together,
enough to do that to not get PTSD.
Yeah. Well,
And
if you all got it, it's like a team.
Team
building.
TPTSD.
Therapy for everyone together.
So, but I think if you play with a series of people that were actually into it, like we were just testing the water, we were seeing where it was.
Yeah.
So we weren't entirely, well, you weren't entirely invested. I was like, I'll see how it goes, and I spent more time with it by myself. But if you were with 3 people, if you were a full squad of people that were just invested, you could have a damn good time with this game.
Yeah, totally. I found lack of structure. Because like we'd go somewhere for intel, get the intel, go take out the guy or rescue whoever we're meant to rescue, and then it's like, well, what now? And it is kind of like a create your own thing as well. It's like, well, what now? Well, anything now that you want to do, but they never felt, when we played it was like there was no direction.
Yeah, so this is where it comes from us really enjoying single player games. You know, where it's like, it doesn't, like, it just kind of directs you. Where this is like, oh, you've done this section, now the world's back open to you again. Like, at no point is it closed off. You start the game, if you know where the best gun is, you could literally hop in a motorbike, scoot across the map, get it, come back, do it all. Rip it up. Because it is literally open. Which to some people, awesome.
Having said that, how big, because you spend more time with it than I did, how big is the map? Like, once you kind of, like, once you've done everything once, is there really a reason to go back and do it again?
It depends, I guess. Like, for me...
Other than just enjoying playing...
Like, I'm sure you'll get XP and you'll get all that sort of stuff from going back, but would I be interested in going back and doing it again once I've done it? Probably not. Unless I was playing with, like, the 3 of us, and, you know, like, if I had a full squad and it was like, hey, we're going to, you know, Dylan wants to jump in, so we're going to start from scratch. Like, okay, we'll go help Dylan, we'll boost him up.
Okay, so you got to start your own world, world from scratch.
Yeah, like, it feels like what the beginning of The Division is, but on a grander scale. As in, the map is bigger, and it feels bigger than The Division. The Division was very linear in terms of you are playing in New York, so you're constantly surrounded by big-ass buildings that lock you in.
Well, The Division had zones.
Yeah.
That you could be in Zone 1, and then you can unlock Zone 2, and then you know other things.
It wouldn't surprise me if Division was almost like a beta-esque for what Wildlands was going to be, because there are a lot of similarities.
The Division tanked really hard.
But then it picked up with its DLC. And I think Wildlands may go in the same way, as in, like, this is vanilla.
This is the template.
This is vanilla Wildlands. And we're going to add a bunch of things to it. Now, there's already content coming. Like, there's PvP, there's, like, a bunch of things that are, like, this is free update.
Yeah.
I may have a release that I don't remember right now, but it is on its way. Now, Dylan, something we talked about before as well, like probably off camera, at EB Expo 2016, this was your game of show. So, do you have any specific questions or anything that you saw? You want to see where that's been implemented?
Well, what they specifically didn't imply when I saw the trailer is you need three friends to play. I've only got 2, so I was like, oh, well, I'm not going to play.
This is the same problem that we had with Death Squared.
Yeah.
You can't play two controller. No way.
Sure you can.
Yeah, well, I don't know, because it's hard to differentiate between... There's not really a single player per se. It is always multiplayer. So you're controlling the other or you can jump into the other characters.
No. So you're always playing you.
Like you're a squad leader.
Yeah. So like that's how I would tackle the situation. So rather than, if we were in a group of 4 people, like unless you have a designated leader, someone's going to run in and do stuff, and that frustrates me. That's the one thing I dislike about multiplayer.
I did that.
You did. It was really annoying.
It is open world, so you complete one scenario. Then the map opens up and you can drive over here.
It's all open to begin with.
So if you can go wherever you want.
You can go wherever you want.
So you could drive to the cartel boss, shoot him, and then game over?
I don't think you may not have access to the big cartel boss, but you have access to all the sub-bosses. And obviously there are certain areas that are changing difficulties. As like, this is clearly the beginner area, this is clearly the intermediate area, and so on. Like, if you wanted to,
you can go to, like, boss 3...
Yeah.
And then if you go back to that area, is it just an empty area and you can just walk around and just look through doors and do nothing, or is it closed off?
There are still enemies there. So there's two different kinds of enemies. There's the cartel enemies as well as Unidad. So Unidad is...
Whoa, did you say Unidads?
Yeah.
So like university dads
Yeah,
are like...
just a bunch of educated fathers.
Like embarrassing their children and bringing them in on the first day? Campus parents?
Bring your kid to work day. What's your dad
In Bolivia.
do? What's your dad do? Smuggles cocaine?
What'd your dad do? He smuggles cocaine. Like,
my dad goes to uni. He's a uni dad.
He snorts the cocaine.
So it's like getting
They're gonna
older
be good
people
friends.
back into studying, is it?
yeah, it's mature age students.
Yeah.
No, Unidad is essentially like the private army of Bolivia.
Oh, Unidad.
They're paid off armies, right? So even if you take out a bunch of cartel folk, there's always these looming guys, and these guys are boss, right?
Are they like police forces like in Grand Theft Auto? Where
Probably the equivalent too.
cause too much shit, they can send waves in to stop it?
Yeah,
wait,
because they do
so-
have like a 5-star sort of rating.
So
as
the
well.
Unidads,
Yeah.
terrible name. So they're Bolivia's military, but they're paid off by the cartel.
Yeah, but they're owned by the cartel.
So they're not doing their job at all.
Well,
by
so
definition.
they're private military.
Oh, they're private, so they're mercenaries.
Yeah. But they're paid, but they're there as paid
What are
by
you?
the
Like
cartel.
US Army?
Yeah, you're essentially US Marine Special Forces.
Always US.
Are you allowed in the country to be doing these things?
No,
you're a ghost.
So
Like,
everybody's in the wrong in this.
you're-
game.
it's
No
the-
one's right.
Yeah.
It's the very cliche, like, if you die, no one will know you're even here. No one even knows you exist. So you are just working under the cover of everything.
You are nothing.
You are literally nothing. If you die, there'll be no funeral. There'll be no nothing. You're a piece of shit. Yeah. Like, you're the best thing that this army has to offer, but you don't exist. We don't care if you
Don't
really.
acknowledge that.
That's essentially what it is in its nutshell. It's this big open world thing. There's things about it that I like, and credit to the guys at Ubisoft that are making this game is when the beta came out, there were some things that were really just janky.
The cars.
Cars controlled horrendously. Like, it was so bad. It made me not want to play this. But playing it now, the cars control so much better.
Unless I'm driving.
Unless Josh is driving. I almost called
Didn't
it
I-
down.
You died, and you're like, I need a res, and I ran you over.
Yeah, I was like, I need res. So, I think James may have revived me, and I stood up.
That's
And
right.
then Josh just collects me. He's like, I need to revive again.
Not the way you want it to be collected.
No. I had more fun in this game being single player.
Well,
Because I could control how the outcomes went, as in I could play the way I wanted to. I wanted to be stealthy and take out person by person and sort of lead them in directions and, be stealth. Where when you play with multiple people, or even people that are higher level than you, I was playing with my friend Max. He was like, "Hey, I'll tag
Does
on."
have 4 friends.
But then they're not all associated, so I can't really have one session.
hey, we met Max.
You do meet Max, so we could play with Max.
Hey, man.
Hey Max. So like I was like, okay, cool. I want to be stealthy and I want to take these guys out. I want to do it very. He's like, oh, okay, cool, because he's played for like a good couple of hours. He's this big sniper. I was like, but it just ruins things. I'm like, you're not helping me, man. Like, I want to do this.
I want to
It's
kill
the same thing with
her.
Division, right? When you and I were playing Division and we were level and we were matching level, it was like, cool, this is fun. We're both pulling our weight. You pulled ahead of me because you had more time than I did. And I've come back and you're just like, hang back. It ruins it. And I'm like, this isn't fun for me
Gangster
now.
style.
Yeah, this isn't fun for me. And I had more fun being me and
Sniper
controlling these
rifle on the
people.
side.
But how do you go about controlling your AI teammates then? Do you just do you have quick directionals for
Yeah,
them?
it's quite
or
simple.
what?
As in, you can tell them to mark these people. You can mark people being like, all right, when I shoot him, you guys shoot those 2 guys.
Okay.
So you get.
That sounds way too complicated.
Not really, because you can. So you have a drone, right? So you use the drone to scout.
There's always a drone these days.
Yeah, drones are really popular, like
Drones
Watch
are
Dogs, to Ubisoft games. Next game is just called Drone.
Assassin's Creed drone.
Well, they also did Eagle Flight, right, in VR. So next game is Drone Flight.
Drone.
In VR, you just vomit your face out. So you have the drone, and you use the drone to sort of scout the fort or whatever it is before we go in there. And that way you can be like, cool, you're like, all right, target him, I'm going to aim for him. So you go, boom, and then as you do that, they take out those guys as well. Mm-hmm. And you can tell them to hang back. If you're driving, right, obviously, because none of the AI is going to drive. If someone pulls up next to you,
I'd rather the AI drive for me.
Firstly. So if you pull up and there's like a guy next to you and you're just like, press the button, it's like start assault. And they're like, alright, just ruin that car.
Can you tell the three of them to get lost and do it yourself?
You probably could. It's like, if you wanted
Obviously,
to,
you can't make them disappear, but just like, you guys go away over there.
if you could tell them to hang back, but at the same time, this is very interesting. I got into a car and just pissed off.
Yeah.
And like, they're back at the fort, they're saying, they're in the car.
No.
I'm like, oh man.
Dumb. Because I'd love for you to leave them at the start.
Yeah.
And then you're about to finish your play session, and then you see just over the horizon, just...
I did that too. I was like, I'm just going to leg it. I just legged it and this thing...
I hate that. I really
but
hate that. But it does make sense, because if you accidentally like lose one of them...
Yeah, they'd be...
That's a
in the open world, they would be gone.
And then the DLC is finding your squad mates in Bolivia.
Look, do you have any quick questions before we wrap it up? Any bit more information you want about it?
Is it too wild for you? Is that what you're saying?
It's the wildest of lands.
Damn.
Yeah. To put it simply, it's tough. For what it is, I do enjoy it.
Every time we review a game, you always start with that.
What?
To put it simply, it's tough.
No, but it's like this game. See, that's what's actually very confusing because with the way we review things, we don't review them the same way an IGN would or a GameSpot would. They'd be like, "This game is like the fundamentals of this game is blah blah blah." Whereas like,
I think the word he's looking for is good.
like, did we?
Well,
Yeah, correct. Coherently, like, we don't review coherently. Like,
Well, for that matter.
yeah. So for us, this is more of like, did we enjoy it? And what did we enjoy about it? What's some things we didn't like? Did I enjoy it? Yeah, but. Did I enjoy it for what the game is supposed to be, the multiplayer experience in the big open world? No.
My apologies. I feel like I had some part in that.
And that's not the fault of the game.
However, sorry, but just to cut you off, when we were, when you got in a helicopter and bailed, and I'm like, wait for me, and I'm like, I'll go to the top of this building, but the building only had a small balcony. You landed the helicopter?
No, James did.
James landed the helicopter on that little balcony.
Yeah.
Oh, that was cool.
And then it blew up. So
And then it blew up.
And because like, what's going on? James is like, it's effed. And then he starts running down the stairs.
Like, yeah, you go pick up Josh, land it, I get in, and then you guys go and run out.
So what happened? It's like, yeah, it's effed. And he's running down the stairs. Like, he's gone. He knew what he did.
It's gonna blow!
And the second that he landed, he's like, I thought he landed and the propellers just stopped by themselves. No, they stopped because they hit the building. Like, that helicopter was not going anywhere. James knew this, continued to not tell anyone, and just leg it.
communication.
Sitting there, like, playing my Switch.
Yeah. So it's sort of tough, as I said, because I understand, like, I like parts of this game, but not all of it. But that's not a detriment to this game. That is me personally not really enjoying multiplayer games like I used to. So for me, I'll give this game like a 3.5 out of 5. Mm-hmm. As like, there's some really cool stuff there. I think it could do with a bit of work, but they're clearly open to feedback, knowing by the response of the beta, and then actively fixing one of the biggest complaints, a complaint that almost stopped me from playing it. And in the same way the Division is, I hope with this game that they release DLC that punches it and makes it bigger and better. Now, we were lucky enough to receive the season pass with the game from our good friends Ubisoft. Thank you very much. So I might come back over the next couple DLCs and see whether maybe I'll do an updated review and be like, hey, it's now 4.5. This DLC is spectacular. I want to play more of it.
Oh yeah, because I would have gone back to the Division had I not traded it in already.
Yeah, because I
jumped the gun with that.
I wish we kept it.
I mean, it's like $18 now. But I'm not buying it.
No, I'm not buying it. I'm Ryan Besson.
I'm Josh Honest.
I'm Dylan Button.
And that is our review discussion on the Ghost Recon Wildlands. If you played it, comment below. Let us know what you think.
What would get me on board is if you got the Division in suburbs, Wildlands in the wild,
Spacelands. Isn't that essentially like Borderlands, the pre-sequel?